and the Barfly, especially tonight, sold out weeks ago. Imagine a band with the guitar-driven power and raw physical energy of, say, the early Rolling Stones or the Sex Pistols. That goes some way to explaining the Datsuns, voted the #1 must-see band for 2002 by the UK Music Market.
They came along like a breath of sort of foul air, you know, at a time when things were getting perhaps a little precious.
They had a choice of probably a dozen record companies all prepared to pay what they were looking for.
Sounds like they got a really good, healthy financial deal with a lot of creative freedom, and, you know, it leaves them open to license their music around the world, so you couldn't ask for a better deal than that.
I think the thing with this band is that they're fresh. You know, they're incredibly fresh. I mean, it is retro, there's no doubt about that.
One of the hottest postcodes in the world got to do with a small, sleepy Waikato town? Well, just this. Cambridge is the home of the band that you just saw blitzing the Camden Down Barfly. It is one of the great rags to riches rock and roll dreams. So, who are the Datsuns? 4 ex-Cambridge high school guys, mariachi desperados. Matt Datsun, Christian Datsun, Phil Datsun, and Dolph Datsun. Past lives, other names, today, definitely Datsun. It's an amazing story, you know, how a band from nowhere, no real music pedigree, no New Zealand recording contract, can take their eclectic mix of Led Zepp, AC/DC, the Stooges, and spark this massive bidding war in one of the most competitive rock-pop markets in the world. I'll come back to that, but have a look at this. The Datsuns almost creating a riot when they performed at the Virgin Megastore in London's Oxford Street.
Everyone that saw them just thought, yes, we would like a piece of this. And there was competition from almost every record company in this country that wanted to sign them, because once they did that first gig in London and did a couple more gigs, it was just roadblock. There was a queue around the building of record company people, and half the people couldn't get in. It was so full. The guest list, you've never seen a guest list so big. And all these people waiting outside to check their name off the guest list. I thought, I'm not going to bother with that. I'll just pay the £5 and go in as a punter. You know, as I got in there, and a lot of people got locked outside, which was quite amusing. But no, there was a scrum of record companies trying to sign this band. Not just record companies, there was publishers, there were promo companies, press companies. You know, people just wanted a piece of what was going on.
David Steele subtly outsmarted all opposition. Importantly, the guys trust him, and he negotiated a close-on $1 million one-album deal for the V2 record label. Unprecedented for an unknown band. They flew in a US video director for the Datsuns' first clip, In Love. You're seeing it exclusively. In Love has sensationally crashed the UK charts at number 25.
We're 4 country boys, you know, we're from Cambridge. We would be stupid to think we're anything else. People were sending us like video scripts for, yeah, we'll have you playing against the New York skyline and, you know, you can wear this. And yeah, and you know, have shots and, you know, try to get us to be all New York cool. It's like, we're not. We're just 4 boys from Cambridge, you know, we'll just do things our way. And whether that's cool or, you know, whether that comes out cool or not, it totally depends on what people think.
You've seen all the
stage guys today? They're all like these long-haired men that go, yeah man, check it out.
I can't even remember the last time a band from Hamilton or Cambridge or, anywhere small town, toured overseas, And then we did that like 4 times and then ended up going to the States, and now we're doing this full time, which is amazing. Like, this is way beyond what we could have ever hoped. So we feel really lucky.
So how did the Datsuns conquer the UK so quickly? Well, some people point to this man, legendary DJ John Peel. The band sent him a demo tape. He listened, he liked it, he wanted them on his program. They performed live. Instant reaction. Britain was in the grip of Datsun mania. John Peel, though, he refuses to take any credit.
Have anything to do with it. No, not at all. No, it'd be easy to try and claim some sort of responsibility for it, but I always say it's the bands that do it. You can advance or retard the process a little bit, but you're not responsible for it. Although a lot of people in jobs like mine believe that they are, but persuaded themselves that they're kingmakers. So ultimately, I just want something that's straightforward, uncomplicated, no bullshit. And I think that's what you get from these bands.
Right now in the UK, you can't pick up any music magazine or quality paper without reading about the Datsuns. In fact, The Observer is trumpeting under 50 unmissables. 50 unmissables, they have the Datsuns, stripped down rock and roll. Of course, most Kiwis will have never heard of the Datsuns. Rock and roll, hey.
This is what it's like when you come over and people so
I do the wedding bit.
Ex-New Zealander Brent Hansen, the head of MTV, he had this to say.
A band like this presents just pure spirit of rock and roll. I mean, that's what I think has attracted people, and I think they're looking for something that's pure and hopefully marketable. And it always comes back to guitars. In between, somewhere along the line, guys like guitars.
Right now, the UK screaming, "Hail the Datsuns." But sharing the bill at the Zodiac Club, another Kiwi high flyer, D4, also making a dent in UK pop consciousness. The North Shore guys are now managed by the man who created Oasis, Alan McGee. Alan came very close to grabbing the Datsuns as well.
God, I mean, to have the D4 and the Datsuns out of country with less than 5 million people is incredible, do you know what I mean, So if anybody's listening and you're as good as either of these bands, please send your demo tapes to me and I'll put your record out.
The UK's gripped by Datsun mania. Everybody wants them.
Kia ora, bros. How's it going? It's going pretty good.
Kiwi Zane Lowe raves about them on his top-rating London radio show at XFM.
And that's all it is. It's all just entertainment. We're doing this because we love to do it. It's because it's what we get off on.
I think at the moment, though, the Datsuns are definitely one of the most talked about bands in Britain. I think it's undeniable. The Enemy are doing big pieces on them. Radio's getting right behind in love. It's going to be playlisted on Radio 1 if it hasn't already.
I actually pity bands that have to support them because, or they support other bands because no one wants to go on before them or after them because there's no one that can put across what. I don't think there's anything that's really touching them in that way. It's definitely what we see. Total world domination. I think this band can be one of the biggest bands in the world. I think they can be huge.
I mean, at our age, we're all in our early 20s, and like we're itching to see the world anyway. That's what New Zealanders do. But I get to do it with my best friends, and I get to make music, which is what I love. That's what I do. So that's totally the ultimate drive.
We're just 4 country boys. We're from Cambridge.
Hail the Datsuns. Well, last night in the UK, they played live to an audience of millions on Top of the Pops. The Datsuns' debut album hits the UK stores tomorrow.
on sale here next Monday. Just an update, by the way, on the earthquake earlier on this evening from the Institute of Geological and Nuclear Sciences. 4.6 on the Richter scale, about 10 k's outside of Greytown. Enough to shake you up, but probably no damage.